Another way to describe it. We got to look at some things. Really start with myself. I mean, we had 2 weeks off to come out here. Great opportunity against a team that felt we matched up in a lot of ways with, and so we got to start with what maybe it's our preparation, and so I'll look into that. But just in both phases, offensively, defensively. I mean, you guys watched it. It was rough out there. I thought the line of scrimmage in general was a problem for us, especially offensively. Quarterback pressure, run game limited at times, and again, give Cal some credit. Those guys got a good defense. We knew that going in, and we weren't able to match that physicality. And so we got to regroup. It's like I told the team in there, we got a choice to make here. We got 5 weeks left. We got 5 games, and how are we going to go use that? And I think these guys will bounce back. We'll go back to work tomorrow, and that's where it's at.
Coach, the players just now talked about not having energy and not having the energy. How do you combat that after they've had a week off and not coming out with energy? Yeah, I think that's something we got to look at, and because I do think these guys are working in practice, but we got to make sure we're working the right amount of load on their bodies. It's just one of those things. Again, we could say we didn't have great energy to start, which I kind of felt, but it's not like we had awesome starts throughout this season, and we've bounced back. We've been down 14-0 and come back and whatnot, and so some of that, it comes back to what I think is the physicality of the line of scrimmage to get some things started. But we'll definitely look at that.
So, Coach, with Jamar Jefferson, can you kind of give us an update on what went into the decision of how many carries he got today, where he's at, and what you guys are looking at moving forward? Yeah,
Jamar on Sunday kind of tweaked his quad a little bit, and so he was limited throughout the week. Didn't want to make a big deal of it, and again with Cal's game plan and whatnot, tried to kind of continue to push through, and pregame felt like he could give it a run. We were going to go with AP to get him a rhythm early, and then see where Jamar was at after starting with AP. And Jamar had the great run, but after that he was not himself.
You lose Connor in the second quarter, and then Jack comes in. What did you see out of what Jack produced?
I think Jack tried to go out there and operate and made some good plays, some plays that we need back. He's got a couple of open guys that he's capable of hitting. Kid's a tough kid. He battled out there and ran the ball when he could, but it was a group effort on offense today, which was not good enough.
You talked about the offensive line a little bit, but your quarterbacks were sacked 6 times today. Is there anything with that?
Well, it's painful. I know that. You got to look at it. I did it. They started with the line of scrimmage. The guys are on edges the whole time. That's a good defense, and they create some things where you're trying to push it down the field. They're not giving it to you, and that where it came back to the line of scrimmage. We couldn't hold up to even check it down. And then even in the run game, it just wasn't up to par.
This felt like the low point of the season. How do you keep the guys from not just checking out?
Yeah, I think you continue to tell them the truth of we've got opportunities to improve and make some plays here. You got to keep working at it. I think you tell them the truth that this league is tough, and there's some good players in this league and good coaches in this league, and so it's tough to win. And then you encourage them and tell them you appreciate their effort and keep working. We're searching as coaches for better answers for them, and we're in this thing together.
So, a couple follow-ups with Jamar. Do you feel like you're gonna just keep resting him, see how it goes for next week, and then also if you lose him for next week, who's stepping up behind AP?
Right. Well, Jamar will continue to rehab. We'll see how it responds because with the amount he got today, hopefully then next week is enough time to be able to bounce back and go. AP's out there. You saw BJ get some carries. He's done some good things, and even with Case, we've got some guys who can carry the ball.
Jonathan, kind of going off the mentality thing again, you said what you would say to your guys, but I mean, how are you doing? This is a difficult season, and I know it's the rebuilding year. How are you holding up?
I'm still I'm doing pretty well. Besides, how painful that is. I'm excited about the opportunity that's here with the group we've got, coaches and players. Look, I've been in this league for 4 years. This thing wasn't going to just go snap and all of a sudden turn like that, and so. It's a lot of work. It's hard work, but that don't make it bad. And I'm excited about the work ahead.
Coach, defensively, it's been a struggle all season. Statistically, it's not pretty. Seems like every opponent comes in and gets their best day. the rest of the schedule is going to be pretty tough because there's better teams ahead. What can you do defensively as a coach, as coaches, to get these guys ready to play better?
Yeah, well, I think we're doing that each week in regards to looking for what can we do differently. And so some of that, you know, that's what elite coaching is always like trying to find a different way, but also recognize, well, maybe what we're doing is pretty good. We just got to execute it a little bit. We got to tackle a little better. And so I think it's all of that. We're always looking each week to like, okay, here's another edge. What can we try a little bit different? At the same time, if you put so much work into a scheme, which I totally believe in, keep on working it and try to continue to improve it. I mean, again, we're in it together with. We got some young guys out there. We got some first-time players out there. At the same time, we're looking as coaches to put them in the best positions, and we're doing it.
Jake Luton was dressed but did not play. What was the thinking there?
He just can't protect himself out there mobility-wise, and so we've been trying to work. And he wanted to dress today, but he just can't move well enough to go out there.
And the loss of Jefferson. Do you think there was an emotional letdown because of that?
You know. I'd like to think no, because we got some other, you know, AP is a good back. But anytime you lose a big-time player like that, yeah, there's emotional cost to that.
It seemed like in the first quarter defensively, you guys were playing decently, and then you gave up that 55-yard pass. Did it feel like on the sideline that the air went out of the balloon?
You know, yeah, and it's a one-on-one, 55-yard down the sideline. But, you know, you're going to win some one-on-ones. You're going to lose that. I did think defensively, if we could have got something going offensively early in this game, it would help us keep the crowd into it. That's why, again, I go back to offensively, the line of scrimmage just wasn't there.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.